okay? Trying to pawn this thing off as a comedy? Get the fuck out of here. You're bumming everybody out. How many Parkinson's jokes am I supposed to applaud with this thing? I won't watch the show. I've seen a commercial. I will not watch that show. You know why? A version of it plays in my head, and it is fucking awful. And I think it's probably accurate. I really do. I bet you that show is nothing but setups for that shit. I bet it's just like, here's in the next episode, he goes, Dad, can you help me hammer in this nail? And he goes, you know they don't trust me with those. And then you get to go at home, I get it, he's got fucking Parkinson's. You don't think that's been fucking pitched in the writer's room? It's pasta night. Dad, can I get some Parmesan? That's one thing I can do forever. I'm good. I said I'm good. You don't think the episode idea has been talked about where he goes to work and his coworker gets to say, I got to get my wife a vibrator. That's one thing my wife doesn't need. And then you get to go, I get it. He's got fucking Parkinson's. I don't want to see that shit. I'm sitting at home. I'm trying to have fucking dinner. I'm sitting on my couch. We have a table, but I'm an adult and I can sit wherever I want. So I'm sitting on the couch, about to have dinner, and this fucking, two girls one girl who has two heads on one body comes on, their heads face each other. Their heads are like, And they look like they're gonna grunt. They look like they're gonna go, like that, but they don't. This comes on TV. There's no warning on the screen like, hey, in a second, you might shit yourself. Put down whatever you're holding. Seriously. I'm sitting there about to eat chicken paprikash, and it's hot. And I go, and then I look up and I go, ah! 10 seconds later, I'm wiping the back of my legs. Now, I'll be honest. When she first appeared on screen, I was like, hey, lady, you've got something on your shoulder. No, you've got something on your shoulder. But then I realized, Tommy, why are you so upset? You love monsters. Now, here's what's upsetting about this show. If you're gonna air a fucking freak show, which is what that is, do you mind? Could you please include the freaky shit? That's why we're watching. You watch this show, the two girls with the fucking one body, two heads, blah, blah, blah. They're like, what? Yeah, here's what she likes to do. She likes to get fucking her nails done. What's the problem? You're like, she has two fucking heads that face each other. Why are you cutting out scenes that I know exist? There's gotta be days where one of them is like, I feel like going out tonight. Well, I feel like staying home. Well, I control the legs. We're fucking going. There's that. What about people that one of them loves and one of them hates? That has to happen. They have separate minds. We're going to Tony's house. I fucking hate Tony. Well, I'm gonna blow him, so you better get ready for ball duty. I can feel your judgment. I reject your judgment completely. First of all, everybody loves blowjobs. Secondly, I'm not making this shit up. If your Siamese twin sister is doling out BJs, you're along for the ride. You don't have to participate, but you're at least there, I don't know, giving notes, I guess. You have horrible technique. I can see your teeth. Why is it so dry? All right, we'll move it along. I get it. Not everybody's on board with double-headed BJs. Will you at least admit to me, and more importantly to yourself, that you would love to see the girl with two heads take a shit? Just to see if the faces match up, right? Just to see if one of them's like, and the other one's like, hey, take it easy, it's my ass too, you know. Oh, come on. I really wish that each and every one of you could see my internet search history, because I think you would all say the same thing. I think you would all be like, this is one sick, twisted, deviant pervert who also loves current events. My history is literally a back and forth volley of like big sloppy tits smacked back and forth by 13 cocks. What's going on in Syria? I feel badly about watching so much of it too. You know why? Because it's lazy. I know watching that much porn is lazy, but it gets in the way of other things I want to do, like learn another language. I'd love to learn another language. There's too much porn to watch. Why not combine the two? Right? Have you seen these language videos? They are boring. The man is sitting down. You're like, all right. Have you seen an anal gangbang? Super exciting. Here's what I propose. You download this series, and then tutorial number 1 begins to play. All right? Here's what happens. An elevator door opens. A woman is giving a guy a blowjob, all right? Like an aggressive blowjob. Not one of these like, no. I mean like, where you're like, Jesus Christ! Is the answer in there? Is that why she's doing that? And she has tears running down her face and slobber all over herself. And she goes, which way is the subway? ¿Dónde queda el metro? And you're like, now it's sinking in. Some of you didn't like that one. I can tell by your faces. Maybe that's because you're more advanced and you're ready for tutorial number 2. In this one, a man is chained to a wall. His arms and his legs are chained, and he's completely naked. And you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And then a few seconds later, a woman enters frame, and she's wearing, I don't know, a 15-inch strap-on. She doesn't say hello or tap him on the shoulder. No warning, just bow! And you're like, holy shit! And she just goes to hammer time. She's like, bow, bow, bow. And you're like, what the fuck? And then, after like the 10th stroke, she goes, this salad is too spicy. La ensalada pica mucho. And you're like, I'm learning Spanish. Can somebody pass me a Kleenex? I'm married. You like that segue? I like being married. I do. You see a lot of comics, you go to shows, and they'll be like, I love getting out of the house just so I can get away from that bitch. And you're like, wow, sounds like you married a real fucking asshole, man. That's awesome. I like it. You know the best part about being married is you get to stop pretending. And that's what fucking dating is. It's an act. You're on Broadway. For however long you're dating, you're doing an act. And it looks exhausting. This way, if you're dating, you've ever been out in public and you see married people look at you like this, and you're like, what the fuck are they looking at? They're tired for you. It is. It's an act, and it's exhausting. You see it all. Dating is a guy going, just so you know, I'm this guy. And the girl's like, well, just so you know, I am this girl. And then you get married, and you're like, so can we knock this shit off? And she goes, I hope so, because I got to fart pretty bad. I've actually had to fart for like 4 years. Let that fart out. Sexually liberating to get married. It is. It really is, especially for men, because here's what happens. When you start dating somebody, you know your first thing is like, all right, you see the girl and you're like, I want to get in there. That would be, or however you phrase it in your head. All right. Right? And then you go on a few dates, and as you get closer to the act, the magical act happening, a lot of times a woman will ask a guy, she'll be like, oh, so like, what are you into? What do you like? And this is when a man's brain goes, don't scare her. You could fuck this up for us. So we lie to you. And we're like, oh, I like to hold hands. And I like if you go on my neck. That's cool. Then you get married and you're like, I want you to yank on my ball bag like you're stuck at sea, and this is the only motor that's going to take you home. A lot of girlfriends can't handle.